Good evening, and welcome to Cozy Sleep Time. Before we begin tonight's story, take a quiet moment to settle in and get comfortable. Find a position where your body can fully relax, whether you're lying in bed, resting on a couch, or simply unwinding after a long day. Allow your shoulders to soften. Let your breathing slow down just a little. There is nowhere else you need to be, and nothing else you need to do. Here, on Cozy Sleep Time, we explore calm and gentle topics, stories designed to help the mind slow down and drift peacefully toward rest. Each story moves slowly, gently, allowing your thoughts to wander and your body to relax more and more. Our story tonight is Rising Strong. As the story unfolds, you can simply listen, or you can allow your mind to drift. There is no need to stay focused. If your thoughts wander, that is perfectly natural. So take one more slow breath, get comfortable, and let the quiet story begin. The morning represents a unique moment in time, a transition between the darkness of night and the light of day. This moment has been honored across cultures and throughout history as a time of particular power and potential. The way we begin our morning sets the tone for our entire day, influencing not just what we do, but how we feel and even who we become. Waking up is both a physical and psychological process. As we emerge from sleep, our bodies shift from the restful state of the night to the active state of day. This transition involves changes in hormones, brain activity, and physical readiness. Understanding this process helps us work with our biology rather than against it, allowing us to rise with energy and clarity. The first moments after waking are crucial. The thoughts and feelings we experience in these minutes influence our mood for hours. If we wake with anxiety about the day ahead, that anxiety tends to persist. If we wake with gratitude and intention, that positive state can carry us through the challenges to come. This is why rituals that focus the mind and heart in the early morning are so powerful. Light plays a fundamental role in waking. Our bodies have internal clocks that respond to light, signaling when to wake and when to sleep. Exposure to bright light in the morning helps reset these clocks, improving both sleep quality and daytime energy. This is why opening curtains or getting outside shortly after waking can make such a difference in how we feel. Movement in the morning activates the body in ways that support alertness. Even gentle stretching or a short walk increases blood flow, delivers oxygen to the brain, and releases hormones that enhance mood and energy. This physical activation prepares the body for the demands of the day while also supporting long-term health. The foods and beverages we consume in the morning affect our energy and focus throughout the day. A nourishing breakfast provides fuel for both body and mind, while caffeine can provide a boost but may also lead to later crashes. The timing and composition of morning nutrition matters, with protein and healthy fats providing more sustained energy than sugars alone. Mental preparation in the morning sets our intention for the day. Taking a few minutes to consider what we hope to accomplish, what priorities we want to maintain, and what challenges we might face helps us navigate the day with purpose. This mental preparation doesn't need to be lengthy. Even a few focused moments can make a difference. The emotional state we bring to the morning affects everything we experience. Beginning the day with gratitude, even for simple things, opens our hearts to the positive aspects of life. Setting aside worries, at least temporarily, allows us to approach challenges with greater clarity. These emotional practices, maintained over time, can transform our experience of daily life. Rest as a practice extends beyond sleep. Taking moments throughout the day to pause and restore prevents the accumulation of stress and fatigue. These brief pauses, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting quietly, refresh the mind and allow us to return to our tasks with renewed energy. Evening rituals prepare us for the next morning. What we do in the hours before bed affects how well we sleep and how we feel when we wake. A calming routine that signals to the body that rest is coming helps us fall asleep more easily and wake more refreshed. This preparation creates the conditions for a strong start the following day. The concept of rising strong involves more than simply getting out of bed. It represents a commitment to meeting each day with courage, intention, and authenticity. This idea suggests that how we begin our morning is not just a matter of routine, but a reflection of our deepest values and aspirations. Physical movement upon waking activates the body's systems in ways that support alertness and well-being. The muscles, which have been relatively still through the night, begin to move, increasing circulation and preparing for the day's activity. This movement doesn't need to be vigorous. Even the simple act of sitting up and stretching begins the process of waking fully. Breathing patterns during the early morning deserve attention. The shallow, automatic breathing of sleep gives way to the deeper, more deliberate breathing of wakefulness. Taking a few conscious breaths upon waking, focusing on the sensation of air moving in and out, centers the mind and creates a sense of presence that can carry through the day. The environment we wake in affects our morning experience. A peaceful, orderly space supports a peaceful, ordered mind. Conversely, a chaotic or cluttered environment can add to morning stress. Taking a moment to create a calming space, whether by opening curtains, tidying the night before, or simply taking a breath before looking at phone, influences our mental state. Sound in the morning can either support or undermine our sense of rising strong. The sudden jarring of an alarm creates stress before the day even begins. Choosing a gentler wake sound, or better yet, waking naturally without an alarm, allows for a more gradual transition. The sounds we choose to listen to after waking, from calming music to nature sounds, further shape our morning experience. Hydration after sleeping is crucial. The body loses water through respiration during the night, and waking thirst signals the need for rehydration. Beginning the day with water, perhaps with lemon or herbs, helps wake the body's systems and supports the vital functions that keep us healthy and energized. The first thing we consume upon waking, whether food or media, sets a pattern for the day. Consuming nutrient-rich foods provides the building blocks for physical and mental energy. Similarly, the first information we take in, whether from news or social media, can either inspire or anxiety. Choosing inputs that nourish rather than drain supports rising strong. Our posture in the morning reflects and influences our mental state. Slouching suggests and creates feelings of low energy and defeat. Standing or sitting tall signals to the brain that we are alert and ready. This mind-body connection means that physical posture can be a tool for shaping our emotional and mental experience of the morning. The practice of rising strong develops over time. It is not a single technique, but a collection of habits and attitudes that together support a positive morning experience. Each small choice, from the time we set our alarm to the thoughts we allow as we wake, contributes to the overall pattern. Over time, these patterns become squun, making it easier to rise strong each day. The mental and emotional dimension of morning routine is as important as the physical. Our thoughts and feelings upon waking set the tone for the entire day, and cultivating a positive mental state in the morning creates a foundation for resilience throughout the hours that follow. Gratitude practice in the morning shifts focus from what might be lacking to what is already present. This doesn't require grand gesture. Even a simple acknowledgement of something small, like the comfort of a bed or the presence of loved ones, begins the day in a positive frame. This practice trains the mind to notice the positive rather than dwelling on the negative. Setting intentions for the day provides direction and purpose. Before the demands of the day begin to compete for attention, taking a moment to consider what truly matters helps maintain focus. These intentions might relate to work, relationships, personal growth, or simply how we want to feel. Writing them down reinforces commitment and provides a reference point throughout the day. The news and information we consume in the morning shapes our mental landscape. Beginning the day with fear-inducing headlines or social conflict activates the stress response before we've even left bed. Choosing more uplifting or neutral information or postponing news consumption until later protects our mental peace. Connection with others in the morning, even briefly, provides emotional support and reminds us that we are not alone. A kind word with a partner, a call to a friend, or even a moment of appreciation for the people in our lives activates the brain's bonding systems. This social connection supports the emotional resilience needed to face daily challenges. Mindfulness in the morning creates space for presence. Rather than rushing to fill every moment with activity, allowing a period of simple presence, whether through meditation or simply sitting quietly, grounds us in the present moment. This presence supports clearer thinking and reduces the anxiety that comes from constantly projecting into the future. Physical care in the morning extends beyond basic hygiene. The attention we give to our bodies, from skincare to movement to nourishment, signals self-respect and self-care. This care sets a pattern for how we treat ourselves throughout the day, often rippling into how we allow others to treat us. The evening preparation that enables a strong morning often happens the night before. Laying out clothes, preparing breakfast, setting intentions for the next day. These small actions reduce the cognitive load of morning decisions. When the morning comes, the path to rising strong is already prepared, requiring only the will to follow it. The practice of rising strong is not about perfection. Some mornings will be harder than others, and that's part of being human. The commitment to returning to the practice again and again is what matters. Each day offers a new opportunity to begin again, to approach the morning with intention and courage. The body and mind are deeply connected, and caring for the physical self supports mental and emotional well-being. Morning provides an opportunity to establish patterns of physical care that sustain us throughout the day and contribute to long-term health. Movement in the morning activates the body's systems. Even gentle stretching, a short walk, or some basic movements help wake the muscles and increase circulation. This physical activation improves energy levels, reduces stiffness, and supports the cardiovascular system. The key is consistency, not intensity. Regular gentle movement is more sustainable than occasional intense workouts. Breathing exercises in the morning can center the mind and energize the body. Deep, deliberate breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress and promoting calm. Simple techniques like box breathing, where equal counts are used for inhale, hold, exhale, and hold, can be practiced in just a few minutes and create a sense of calm readiness for the day. Hydration in the morning is essential. After several hours without water, the body needs replenishment. Beginning the day with water, perhaps with a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt, supports hydration at the cellular level. Some people find that warm water with lemon is more soothing than cold, while others prefer the refreshment of cool water. The key is simply to drink water upon waking. Nutrition in the morning provides the foundation for the day's energy. A balanced breakfast with protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates provides sustained energy and supports mental clarity. While the optimal breakfast varies by individual, the principle of eating something nourishing within a couple hours of waking helps stabilize blood sugar and support overall health. Sunlight exposure in the morning helps regulate the body's internal clock. Morning light signals to the brain that it's time to be awake, helping us feel alert naturally. Even a few minutes outside or sitting by a bright window can make a significant difference in energy levels and mood. This light exposure also supports healthy sleep patterns for the following night. The clothes we wear in the morning can affect how we feel. While comfort is important, what we wear also signals to ourselves and others. Taking a moment to consider what we're wearing, even if we're not leaving the house, affects our self-perception. Dressing in a way that makes us feel capable and confident supports a positive mental state. The products we use on our bodies in the morning, from skincare to toothpaste, contribute to our sense of self-care. Taking time with these routines, rather than rushing through them, creates a sense of care and respect for the body. This attention to physical care reinforces the value we place on ourselves and supports overall well-being. Physical self-care in the morning creates a foundation for the day. When we treat our bodies with care and respect, we signal to ourselves that we matter. This self-care extends throughout the day, influencing choices about nutrition, movement, and rest. The morning routine is the foundation upon which the day's physical self-care is built. The mental practices we establish in the morning support clarity, focus, and emotional resilience throughout the day. These practices don't require extensive time or special equipment. They are simple techniques that, with regular practice, transform the quality of our mental experience. Meditation in the morning, even for just a few minutes, sets a tone of calm presence. Sitting quietly, focusing on the breath, and allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment creates mental spaciousness. This practice doesn't eliminate the challenges of the day, but changes our relationship to them, reducing the grip of stress and anxiety. Journaling in the morning provides an outlet for thoughts and a tool for self-reflection. Writing down ideas, feelings, or intentions helps process what is on the mind and clarify what is truly important. Some people write freely, letting whatever comes to mind fill the page. Others use prompts or questions to guide their reflection. Both approaches have value. Setting daily priorities in the morning helps focus energy on what matters most. Rather than reacting to whatever demands our attention first, identifying the most important task or tasks allows us to approach them with intention. This prioritization can be brief, just a few moments of consideration, but it makes a significant difference in productivity and satisfaction. Visualization in the morning can enhance motivation and reduce anxiety. Taking a moment to vividly imagine successfully completing the day's tasks, or to feel the positive emotions we want to experience, engages the brain in ways that support actual performance. This mental rehearsal is used by athletes and performers and is equally valuable for daily life. Affirmations in the morning reinforce positive self-perception. Repeating statements that reflect our values and aspirations, such as statements about our capability or worth, can gradually shift self-talk from critical to supportive. While the effect may not be immediate, consistent practice over time changes the internal narrative. Reading or listening to inspirational content in the morning feeds the mind with positive ideas. Whether it's a chapter from a book, a podcast, or simply a few quotes, this input shapes our thinking and can provide motivation or insight. The key is choosing content that genuinely inspires rather than just fills time. Time management in the morning involves deciding how to spend the next several hours. Looking ahead at the day's commitments helps allocate time appropriately and reduces the stress of feeling unprepared. This brief planning doesn't need to be elaborate. Even a quick mental review of the day's schedule helps. Mental preparation for specific challenges, such as a difficult conversation or a demanding project, reduces anxiety and improves performance. Taking a moment to imagine approaching the challenge successfully helps the brain prepare for effective action. This preparation can be done in just a minute or two, but has significant benefits. The mental practices of the morning create conditions for a successful day. They don't guarantee that everything will go well, but they prepare the mind to respond to whatever comes with clarity and resilience. These practices, maintained over time, become habits that support not just daily performance, but long-term mental health. The environment we create for our morning routine significantly influences how we feel and function. Our surroundings can either support or undermine our efforts to rise strong, and taking time to optimize our environment is an investment in our daily well-being. Light in the morning affects both our physical and mental state. Natural light signals to the body that it's time to be awake, helping regulate the internal systems that control sleep and wakefulness. Opening curtains, turning on lights, or better yet, getting outside, helps shake off the thrill of sleep and embrace the energy of day. The cleanliness and order of our sleeping and waking space affects our mental state. A cluttered, chaotic environment creates mental clutter, while an orderly space supports an orderly mind. Taking a few minutes to tidy the bedroom or preparing it the night before creates a peaceful environment that supports morning calm. The temperature of our environment affects comfort and alertness. A cold room can be invigorating, but may also make it harder to get out of bed. A warm room is comfortable, but may promote grogginess. Finding the right balance, perhaps with a slightly cool bedroom and a warm bathroom, helps create an environment that supports waking fully. The sounds we wake to influence our morning mood. A jarring alarm creates immediate stress, while a gentle sound allows for a more gradual transition to wakefulness. Some people prefer natural sounds like birdsong, while others benefit from music. The key is choosing sounds that ease us into the day rather than shocking us out of sleep. Objects in our environment can either support or distract from our morning intentions. Having items that inspire, such as books, plants, or meaningful objects, creates a positive environment. Conversely, items that remind us of stresses or unfinished tasks can create mental clutter. Curating our space to support our intentions supports rising strong. Technology in the morning deserves particular attention. The immediate access to information that phones and computers provide can either support or undermine our morning intentions. Setting boundaries around technology, such as not checking email or social media first thing, protects our mental space and allows us to begin the day with our own agenda rather than reacting to others. The transition space between bedroom and the rest of the house can set the tone for the day. Whether it's a hallway, a bathroom, or a kitchen, this space matters. Taking a moment to make this transition positive, perhaps with a meaningful object or a brief pause, helps maintain the morning's positive state as we move into the activities of the day. Creating an environment that supports rising strong is an ongoing practice. What works will vary by individual, and experimenting to find what supports our particular needs is worthwhile. Small changes in the environment can lead to significant changes in how we feel. making the investment in environmental optimization well worth the effort. Social connection in the morning provides emotional support and reinforces our sense of belonging. Even brief interactions with loved ones can activate the brain's bonding systems, releasing hormones that promote feelings of trust and well-being. These connections don't require lengthy conversations. Even a few kind words or a moment of shared laughter can make a significant difference. Sharing breakfast with family or partners creates time for connection that often gets squeezed out of busy schedules. The simple act of eating together provides an opportunity for conversation, laughter, and the kind of bonding that strengthens relationships. For those who live alone, connecting with others through a phone call, video chat, or even a text message can provide similar benefits. Expressing appreciation to the people in our lives in the morning sets a positive tone for the entire day. Taking a moment to tell someone that we value them, or to express gratitude for something they've done, creates positive emotions for both the giver and receiver. These expressions don't need to be elaborate. Simple acknowledgments are often most meaningful. Being present with others, rather than physically present but mentally elsewhere, creates deeper connections. The habit of putting away devices during interactions, of truly listening when someone speaks, and of responding thoughtfully rather than automatically, creates quality time even when the duration is brief. The quality of our morning interactions affects how we show up for the rest of the day. Starting the day with connection rather than conflict, with support rather than criticism, creates a foundation for positive interactions throughout the day. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations, but rather choosing appropriate times for them and protecting morning time for positivity. Community connections, whether through neighborhood, faith, or interest groups, provide a sense of belonging that supports well-being. Taking time in the morning to connect with these communities, whether through attendance at gatherings, participation in online groups, or simply reading about community activities, reinforces our sense of connection. The relationships we nurture in the morning support us through the challenges of the day. When difficulties arise, the emotional resources built through morning connection help us respond with grace rather than reactivity. This emotional bank account, built through regular deposits of positive interaction, provides resilience for the inevitable withdrawals. The evening before provides the foundation for a strong morning. Taking time to prepare for the next day reduces the cognitive load of morning decisions and creates the conditions for a calm, intentional start. This preparation doesn't need to be elaborate. Even small actions taken the night before can make a significant difference. Laying out clothes the night before eliminates a morning decision and ensures that what we wear supports our intentions for the day. This simple practice removes the stress of deciding what to wear and ensures that our clothing choices align with how we want to feel. Some people extend this to preparing breakfast and packing bags, creating a complete morning routine that requires only execution rather than planning. Setting intentions for the next day, even briefly, helps us wake with purpose. Writing down priorities, making lists, or simply mentally reviewing what needs to be done allows us to sleep with a sense of closure and wake with a sense of direction. This intention setting can be done in just a few minutes and creates a bridge between today's activities and tomorrow's. Creating a wind-down routine signals to the body that sleep is coming. This might include dimming lights, reducing screen time, engaging in calming activities, and giving ourselves time to fall asleep. The transition from the busyness of day to the rest of night is easier when there's a clear signal that this transition is happening. Preparing the sleeping environment for quality rest supports waking feeling refreshed. This includes ensuring the room is dark enough, quiet enough, and cool enough for comfortable sleep. Some people find that white noise or calming sounds help, while others prefer silence. The optimal environment varies by individual. Gratitude or reflection before sleep can improve both sleep quality and morning outlook. Taking a moment to consider what we're grateful for or to reflect on the day's positives creates a positive mental state that carries into sleep and sets us up for a positive waking. Some people find that journaling briefly before bed helps with this practice. Letting go of tomorrow's concerns in the evening prevents the anxiety that can disrupt sleep and affect morning mood. While it's natural to think about what's coming, deliberately setting aside these thoughts, perhaps by writing them down to address in the morning, creates mental space for rest. The preparation we do the night before creates conditions for a strong morning. While morning routines are important, the evening preparation that enables them is equally valuable. Together, these practices create a cycle of positive days, each building on the last. Challenges to morning routines are inevitable, and developing strategies for handling them makes the practice sustainable. Rather than seeing obstacles as reasons to give up, treating them as opportunities to practice flexibility and self-compassion maintains the overall habit. Sleep disruptions can derail morning routines, leaving us exhausted and struggling to maintain our practices. When this happens, adjusting expectations is key. Perhaps the routine is shortened or certain elements are skipped, while maintaining the overall pattern as much as possible. The goal is consistency over time, not perfection in any single day. Time constraints in the morning, whether from early commitments or simply not having as much time as expected, require prioritization. Identifying the most essential elements of the morning routine and focusing on those, rather than trying to fit everything in, ensures that the core benefits are maintained. This might mean choosing between exercise and meditation on particularly busy mornings. Illness or physical limitations may require temporarily adapting the morning routine. Instead of seeing this as a failure, treating it as a necessary adjustment allows the body the rest it needs, while maintaining the intention to return to the routine when health permits. This flexibility prevents the all-or-nothing thinking that leads to complete abandonment. Travel or changes in routine disrupt established patterns, but don't have to mean complete abandonment of morning practices. Adapting the routine to new circumstances, perhaps simplifying it or adjusting the timing, maintains the overall habit. Some people find that travel actually provides an opportunity to experiment with different morning practices. Emotional challenges like grief, stress, or depression can make morning routines feel impossible. During such times, self-compassion is essential. Perhaps the routine is reduced to a single element, like simply getting out of bed at a consistent time. This minimal practice maintains some structure while honoring the difficulty of the situation. Social obligations that interfere with morning routines require balance. Occasionally adjusting for social events or family needs is reasonable. The key is returning to the routine afterward. The long-term pattern matters more than any individual day, and flexibility within that pattern keeps the overall practice sustainable. Building resilience to challenges involves expecting them. Knowing that difficult days will come and that they don't represent failure helps maintain the practice through setbacks. Each morning offers a fresh start, an opportunity to return to the routine regardless of what the previous day brought. The practice of rising strong becomes more powerful when it becomes a habit, when the behaviors and attitudes that support it become automatic parts of our daily life. Developing these habits requires understanding how habits work and applying that understanding to our morning routine. Habits form through repetition in consistent contexts. When we perform an action repeatedly in the same situation, the brain begins to automate it. This automation means that the action eventually requires less mental effort, becoming something we do without thinking. Morning routines are particularly conducive to habit formation because they occur in the same context, with the same cues, day after day. Cues that trigger morning habits might include waking, turning off an alarm, stepping into the bathroom, or any of the other consistent elements of the morning. Linking new behaviors to existing cues creates new habits more easily. For example, linking a moment of meditation to the cue of making coffee leverages an existing habit to build a new one. Rewards that reinforce habits might be the feeling of the morning practice, the sense of accomplishment, or simply the improved energy that follows. These rewards, experienced repeatedly, train the brain to seek the behavior. The more pleasant the reward, the stronger the habit becomes. Consistency in the morning routine builds stronger habits than occasional perfection. Doing the routine, even in a simplified form, maintains the pattern better than skipping entirely and then trying to restart. This consistency helps the habit become automatic over time. Tracking progress on morning habits provides feedback that supports motivation. Whether through a journal, an app, or simply noting success, this tracking helps us see our patterns and celebrate progress. It also helps identify where we're struggling and might need to adjust. Social support for morning habits makes them easier to maintain. Sharing our intentions with others or even finding an accountability partner adds external motivation that supports internal commitment. Some people find that public commitment helps, while others prefer more private accountability. The evolution of morning habits over time is natural. As certain practices become automatic, new elements can be added. The foundation that once required effort becomes the platform for further growth. This evolution keeps the morning routine fresh and continues to provide opportunities for rising strong. The long-term benefits of consistently rising strong extend far beyond the morning itself. The practices that support a strong morning create positive momentum that affects every aspect of life, from work performance to relationships to physical health. Understanding these benefits reinforces the value of maintaining morning practices over time. Improved mental health is one of the most significant benefits of morning routines. The practices of gratitude, intention setting, and mindfulness that often feature in morning routines have been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. These benefits aren't immediate but accumulate over time, creating greater emotional resilience. Enhanced physical health results from the movement, nutrition, and sleep practices that support morning routines. Regular morning exercise, even brief, supports cardiovascular health and weight management. Morning nutrition habits influence eating patterns throughout the day, and the sleep practices that enable easy waking also improve overall sleep quality. Increased productivity often follows from morning routines that include planning and prioritization. Starting the day with clarity about what matters most helps direct energy toward important tasks rather than just urgent ones. This focus increases the quality and quantity of work produced. Stronger relationships result from the emotional resources built through morning practices and the positive state they create. When we start the day feeling centered and positive, we bring that to our interactions with others. The gratitude practices that many morning routines include also help us appreciate the people in our lives. Greater sense of purpose emerges from the intention setting that many morning routines include. Taking time to consider what matters most helps us align our daily actions with our deeper values. This alignment creates a sense of meaning that supports motivation and satisfaction. Improved sleep results from the wind-down practices and consistent wake times that support morning routines. The same practices that help us rise strong also help us sleep well. This creates a positive cycle where good sleep supports morning practices, which in turn support good sleep. Resilience in the face of challenges grows from the mental practices of morning routines. The emotional regulation, mindfulness, and positive thinking that morning practices develop become resources for navigating life's inevitable difficulties. This resilience protects mental health and supports continued functioning through hard times. The benefits of rising strong compound over time. Each morning of practice builds on the last, creating increasingly strong foundations for life. This long-term perspective helps us prioritize morning practices even when they seem inconvenient in the moment. The way we begin each day shapes the narrative of our lives. Each morning offers a fresh start, a new page in the story we're writing. Recognizing this power transforms morning from a mundane necessity into a sacred opportunity for renewal and growth. Morning rituals connect us to something larger than our individual concerns. The sun rises every day, a cosmic rhythm that has continued for billions of years. Aligning ourselves with this rhythm, even in small ways, connects us to the larger pattern of existence. This connection provides perspective that helps us see our worries in proportion. The practice of rising strong is inherently hopeful. It assumes that each day offers the possibility of something better, that tonight's sleep will lead to tomorrow's waking. This hope, maintained through daily practice, becomes a foundation for resilience. No matter what yesterday held, today offers a new opportunity to begin again. Rising strong also serves as an act of self-care and self-respect. Taking time for ourselves in the morning, before the demands of work and others claim our attention, signals that we matter. This self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. We can only give to others from the resources we've first given to ourselves. The cumulative effect of rising strong is a life lived with greater intention, purpose, and joy. Each morning practice might seem small, but their cumulative impact is enormous. Over years, thousands of mornings spent in positive practice create a life fundamentally different from one spent reacting to whatever comes. As you begin each day, remember that you have the power to shape your morning and, through it, your day. This power is always available, no matter what your circumstances. Each day is a gift, and how you open that gift is up to you. Rise strong and embrace the opportunity that each new morning brings. The words we speak to ourselves in the morning shape our inner dialogue for the entire day. Self-talk, that constant stream of commentary in our minds, often goes unexamined, but its impact on our mood and performance is significant. Learning to speak kindly to ourselves upon waking transforms this internal stream from critic to supporter. Positive self-talk in the morning might involve affirmations that counter negative beliefs. If we tend to think we're not good enough, we might affirm our capability. If we fear failure, we might affirm our willingness to try. These affirmations, repeated regularly, can gradually shift the underlying beliefs that drive our self-talk. Avoiding negative self-talk in the morning is equally important. When we wake, our defenses are lowered and our mental state is particularly impressionable. Criticism at this time, whether from ourselves or others, lands harder than at other times. Protecting the morning mental space from negativity creates a foundation for positivity. the language we use about ourselves matters. Speaking about ourselves as we would speak about a valued friend creates a more compassionate internal relationship. This self-compassion supports emotional resilience and makes us more able to handle the challenges of daily life. Negative thoughts will arise. They're a normal part of human experience. The practice is not to eliminate them, but to notice them and choose not to engage. This noticing without engaging creates mental spaciousness that allows more positive thoughts to arise. Journaling in the morning provides a way to process thoughts and emotions. Writing down what's on our mind, especially difficult feelings, creates distance between ourselves and our experience. This distance often brings new perspective and clarity. The practice of self-talk extends throughout the day, but the morning sets the tone. Starting with kindness and support creates momentum that makes maintaining positive self-talk easier throughout the day. The sense of purpose we bring to our morning affects everything that follows. Purpose is not always grand. Sometimes it's simply doing the next right thing with attention and care. Cultivating this sense in the morning prepares us to find meaning in whatever the day brings, transforming ordinary activities into expressions of purpose. Finding purpose in routine tasks is a practice that transforms daily life. Even mundane activities like washing dishes or commuting can be done with full attention and care. This attention transforms the activity from something to get through into something to engage with fully. Purpose doesn't require extraordinary circumstances. The same tasks that fill other days fill ours: work, family, self-care, civic duties. Approaching these with purpose, doing them as expressions of our values, gives them meaning they wouldn't otherwise have. Goal review in the morning helps connect daily actions to larger purposes. Taking time to consider how today's actions serve our long-term goals keeps us aligned with what matters most. This alignment creates a sense of coherence that supports motivation and satisfaction. Service to others is a powerful source of purpose. Considering how we might help others in the coming day creates an outward focus that counters the natural self-preoccupation of the mind. This service might be through work, family, or community, but it connects us to something larger than ourselves. The sense of purpose we cultivate in the morning can sustain us through difficulties. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, the purpose we carry provides a reason to persist. This purpose transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth and contribution. Living purposefully is a practice that develops over time. The more we align our actions with our values, the more naturally purpose guides our choices. Morning practices that strengthen this alignment contribute to a life lived with intention and meaning. Nature offers profound support for rising strong. The natural world operates on rhythms that, when we align with them, support our well-being. Connecting with nature in the morning, even briefly, grounds us in something larger than our daily concerns and restores perspective that easily gets lost in the demands of modern life. Sunlight in the morning provides more than just visibility. The specific wavelengths of morning light have particular effects on our hormonal systems, signaling wakefulness and supporting healthy sleep patterns. This light also affects mood, with exposure linked to reduced symptoms of depression and improved overall well-being. Time outdoors in the morning, even in brief periods, provides benefits beyond light exposure. The sensory experience of nature, the sounds of birds, the feel of air on skin, the smells of the outdoors, engages our senses in ways that indoor environments don't. This engagement is inherently calming and grounding. Plants and animals in our immediate environment can serve as touch points for nature connection. A a houseplant to tend, a bird to watch, a pet to greet. These connections to other living beings remind us that we are part of a larger web of life. This connection supports well-being in ways that are only partly understood. Nature doesn't demand anything from us, it simply offers its presence. This unconditional presence is restorative in a way that human interactions, with their expectations and demands, rarely are. Spending time with nature in the morning provides a form of rest that supports the activity to come. The patterns of nature, the cycles of day and night, seasons and life itself, provide a template for living. Aligning our routines with these patterns supports our natural rhythms. Morning, as the transition from night to day, is naturally connected to the larger patterns of nature. Bringing nature into our morning environment, even through images or sounds, can provide some of the benefits of direct connection. A nature screensaver, a recording of natural sounds, or a plant on the windowsill maintains connection with the natural world, even when we can't be outside. As our story slowly comes to an end, allow the final thoughts to fade. Gently into the quiet of the night, the rain and the calm ideas and the peaceful moments we've explored can settle softly in the background like distant echoes of a quiet evening. There is no need to think about anything now. Your body can continue to relax, breathing slow and steady. If you are still awake, simply remain here a little longer and enjoy the calm atmosphere. And if sleep has already started to find you, let it arrive naturally and without effort. Thank you for spending this quiet moment here on Cozy Sleep Time. If you enjoy these calm stories and gentle explorations, you can return anytime for another peaceful journey into rest. For now, let the night grow quieter and quieter and quieter, and allow yourself to drift deeper into sleep. Good night.